Good evening, students. Today I brought you a grammar chapter. It's verb. The verb it carries 3 marks. If we turn the pages of the grammar, the definition of the verb it includes that verb, the appropriate definition. Verb is a word which is derived from Latin, which means verbum. Verbum means a Latin word action. So, action showing word is known as the verb. As usually, when we see the verb, it is the action showing word, or else in Kannada it is known as a kriyapada. But the word verb, it has been classified in two ways. One is it has a two parts. One is state or stative. It is depend on a situation. It shows the state of a mind, presence of a mind. For example, she feels happy. Here the example itself expresses that the feels. Feels, the word feels, it symbolizes the presence of mind, state of a mind. And another one, it's action. The verb is divided into two parts. It is first one is state or a stative, depend on a mind, and another one is a action. So definition of the action shows the physical activities or else activities performed by a subject. The work activities like physical activities like a verb work, or else something physical activities is known as the action. The example for the action is the children are playing in the park. As we compared the above example, here the feels it shows the presence of mind, or else it shows that the uh, situation or her state of mind. But the second example, it shows that the children are playing. Here the word playing, it shows the children what their physically activities had been performed. The verbs are classified into two ways. First one, it is a main verb. Main verb, the definition for the main verb, it is shows the action of a subject and they can stand alone without helping verb independently. The definition explains that the main verb is a verb, it can stand alone without any support of any helping verb, is known as a main verb. For the main verb, the example is John is working now. As we consider this statement, this sentence, there is the helping verb, but we are focusing on the main verb, that's working. Working is the main word. So the main verb definition itself says that it can stand alone or independently without any help of a word. So those words are known as the main verbs. But the second one is the most important for the second year student, because the helping verb, due to the use of this helping verb, uh, we can acquire the 3 marks in the choosing the appropriate form of a verb. The definition for the helping verb is can't stand alone. The helping verbs, it can't stand alone and they require a main verb. The definition explains that helping verb to come into the existence, the helping verb for its existence, it requires the help of a main verb. So as we consider same example, John is working now. See, is, it shows, and also the helping verb shows the tenses or a time, shape of the verb. It is depend, the tenses are depend on the shape of the verb, and these helping verbs, it helps to modify the verb into the time as per the time. The verb format, here we had a verb format. First of all, we saw that there are two types of verb. One is helping verb and another one is main verb. In that, it includes some branches. Like in main verb there are two branches. One is structure based verbs and meaning based verbs. For structure based verbs, the root goes into the depth. For in structure based verb, there is the first one, regular verbs, and it is also called as a weak verb. For example, d or ed. We can use called, jumped. These kind of words which ends with the ed or d are called as a regular verb and also known as the weak verb. But in the in another one structure, there is a meaning based transitive and intransitive. So structure based, there is first one, it is the regular verbs. Weak are also called as the weak verbs, and these weak verbs are ed form, past participle form, that is jumped, called, cleaned. Like these words are called as the regular verbs. And another one branch is that it's the irregular verbs, strong verbs. It is also irregular verbs are also called as a strong verbs. These are identified. How it is identified? By the change of the vowels. The changing the words changing the vowels are known as the are known as the irregular verbs. For example, if you take the example of sing, in second form it becomes a sung, sang. In third form, it changes into sung. See, the change of the I in the first word and second sang, a. These vowels, it changes in the first form, second form, and third form are known as the change of the vowels, and these kind of the verbs are called as the irregular verbs, and it is also known as the strong verbs. This is the first branch of the main verb. And second part, second branch, it includes that meaning based verbs. In meaning based verbs, there are two types. First one is the transitive and second one is intransitive. For your information, kind information, I can explain the transitive verbs. Transitive verbs which passes over the a verb which requires the object place are known as the transitive verbs, and intransitive verbs which doesn't requires the object place are called as intransitive verbs. So this is the main part. Heart, we can call it as the heart. The main part of the verb, it is a helping verbs. So in helping verbs, there are also two parts, and the first part is primary helping verbs. The primary helping verbs are to do form, to be form, to do form, and to have form. In to be form, am, is, are, was, were. These are the to be form of verbs. If we jump to the next one, it is a to do form of verbs: do, does, did. These are the to do form of the verbs. In last one, it is a to have form: have, has, had. By considering the helping verbs, that is also primary helping verbs, these are the main thing that students should keep in their mind according to the examination point of view. Because with the help of this helping verb, we can give another shape, that is also third part of a shape. We can call it as third part of shape, means ed form. For example, in the examination, they give a 2-3 lines sentence, and it will be a dash. Next to that, there will be in bracket, there will be a verb. With the help of this helping verb, we should attach the helping verb for that main verb, and we should change the form of that is also third form of third form of verb, main verb, and it will be the answer too. So I strongly recommend that the helping verb, the second year student should focus on this main helping verb, primary helping verb. So If we see the another part in the helping verb, there are secondary helping verb. They are also called as the auxiliary verbs, or else they are called as the modals. They are can, could, may, might, will, would, shall, should. These are the secondary helping verbs, or else it is also they are also called as modals or auxiliaries. Considering all this verb, will solve one example. See, there is an example: a fence dash in bracket built around Tammanas and Basavaya. Both of them dash in bracket the main verb is encourage by their supporters. Tamanna dash in bracket it is a advice by his supporters about the various means available for getting back his land. Here is one example that I am going to solve you. For more examples you can write in the comment box and I will try to solve it. So if we see the offense dash in bracket it is a build, it should be a third part. So we must add it is a fence was built, it is a past participle form. A fence was built around Tamanna land Basavaya. Both of them were encouraged. We should add were encouraged by their supporters. Tamanna was advised by his supporters about the various means available for getting back his land. This is what students, this is what I had solved for one example for you. Try to solve it. Still you have a 2 days and thank you.